What up, and welcome to another Tua Tuesday. Great to have you. Don't know how many people show up, but we're going to keep doing this every Tuesday now until hopefully February. Did it all last year, going to do it all this year. In addition to my live broadcast of the game, going to meet here every Tuesday and talk everything Tua and Tua surrounding Tua. So, this week, just want to let you guys know what we're going to do is we're going to cover some content. Some of it you may have seen, but at least with this type of show, I'm able to engage with you guys specifically and directly as to what you see. Man, there's been some pissed off people today. Absolutely pissed off. So let me just let you guys know. I am a fan of Tua Tagovailoa. I am a fan of the Miami Dolphins. I don't have my banner over there, but I'm a fan of Notre Dame. I can't wait. This weekend, Notre Dame plays Navy over in Ireland. Can't wait. College football kicks off. I may even like college football more than pro football, God forbid. But what I am not one of these people who obsesses over any sports team or any player on a sports team. Today, some stuff happened and people completely lost their mind. I mean, completely lost their mind, which is par for the course on Twitter. But whatever, I don't know if they're kids. But the whole thing with what I do, and if you want to call it my shtick, I am 100% objective. If somebody does something well, I'm going to say you did something well. If somebody screwed up, I'm going to say you screwed up. I'm not just going to flower everything and just talk, like some kind of Phil Rizzuto homeboy. Maybe I'm dating myself there, but everything isn't rosy. Sometimes in football, things don't happen the way you plan. And also, the media may not be saying exactly what you want to say, what you want to hear from them. So I'm going to show you everything I can get my hands on. I want to be able to bring it to you and talk to you. So today, it is August 22nd. Boys have a game this weekend against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I'm going to give you a sneak peek into what's going to begin happening in the regular season. Tonight, I'm going to give away 2 gift cards to Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm going to ask you a question sometime in the next hour or so, however long we're here, and I'm not going to allow you time to Google your answer. So if I say, what color is the sky? And I look over here in the comments, the first person that puts blue, that's it. You're going to win. Or let me put it this way. The first person I see that says blue and I take it. I mean, we're not talking about Academy Awards here. I don't have an accountant off camera that's going to bring me out the envelope and count it. I'm going to do the best I can. You might get ticked off if you're not picked, but I'm going to give away 2 gift cards tonight to Buffalo Wild Wings. Reason why I chose Buffalo Wild Wings is because I'm trying to do some stuff with national people, because there's not just people in South Florida. I know down here, one of the companies that wants to work with us is Flanagan's, but there's no Flanagan's in Chicago. So, I don't want to do that. I want to say, hey, here's a gift certificate to Flanagan's, but then you can't go to Flanagan's. Going to look at Applebee's, going to be talking to them. So that's going to happen sometime. Not going to announce when. I'm going to ask you a question. And when I ask you the question, you're not going to have time to Google it, because the people here in dropping comments someone's going to know it real quick. I'll give you a hint. The question, since it's Tua Tuesday, will be about Tua. All right, I'm the Brown. Yeah, thank you for doing that. Moderate for me. That would be pretty cool. So, if you guys didn't see my video today, but then again, a lot of people were talking about it. Some stuff happened on ESPN, and it was kind of funny. But people got pissed off, and I'm not sure why people got pissed off, because Ryan Clark is a former professional football player. Marcus Spears is a former professional football player. Dan Orlovsky is a former professional football player. None of them really reached Hall of Fame status, but they played for a number of years. We're not talking to someone that, showed up, played preseason, and then got bounced out. These guys have played for years. And what I found interesting in what they said, and when I show it to you, you're going to see it as well. They say something about Tua that is really funny. And a lot of people got upset. How dare you say that about Tua Tagovailoa? Hey, listen, they have eyes. And these guys have eyes, and this is just how they feel. But what's interesting about what happens is they completely lose it on set. This was a live broadcast of NFL Live, and they completely lost it on set. What's that tell me? That tells me that people have been thinking about this, and they've had it on their mind, but they didn't want to say what they really felt because of what happened today. How Twitter completely erupted and went after people and screamed at them and called them names and everything else and sent all the replies to them. You're a scumbag and you're a clown and everything you could possibly imagine because somebody had an opinion that other people agreed with. So before I get to that, I have to forget. I'm not going to show the video of what's happened in Maui, but to announce that they have reached one of their goals or close to going to another goal. And a lot of people last week did indeed have a chance to donate to the Maui fire victims. If you can donate, please continue to do so. It's at justgiving.com/page/Tua for Hawaii. And if you can, go ahead. If you can't, just a minimum, doesn't cost you anything to share the link. These people are suffering. Just imagine, the story I heard today, I literally cried. No BS. I cried. They found a 14-year-old boy. Well, they found the skeleton of a 14-year-old boy holding his dog. If that doesn't get you, can you imagine if you're the parent and that was what they found in your house when you went back and they found the skeleton remains of your 14-year-old son holding the family dog? I can't even fathom. Football aside, I cannot even fathom what kind of feeling I would have inside. My wife would be inconsolable. I would not be able to stop her from crying. It wasn't even her child. It wasn't anyone in her family. And she bawled like a baby today when she heard that story. Because you put yourself in their footsteps and you finally get to come back. You haven't had any idea where your child was. Has been missing. And you go back to the property and they tell you they found your son holding the dog. A couple bucks is definitely worth helping these people out. There's no amount of money that's going to bring any sort of comfort back to their lives, but at least they can begin to get back on their feet, and they'll do a lot. And what you can do is going to do a lot more than $700 measly from the government. I guess these guys aren't in Ukraine, so they're not getting the same kind of money, but it's just been atrocious. So if you can, give. If you can't, at least share the link so people can see what they need to do, because I don't see it happening much in the media. I don't see many people talking about it. I definitely don't see many of the Dolphins fans talking about it. They did it first, but I don't see it anymore. So I'm not going to let it go, because I know that these people, their lives won't be fixed in a week. Their lives won't be fixed in months. So every single broadcast that I do, whether it's Tua Tuesday or the games on Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to just put that out there and say, guys, let's come together as an ohana, Hawaiian word for family. I pointed out many times, right back there is my maku that my wife bought for me. And I just want you guys to understand these people need your help. All right, that being said, let's get to this video. And after I show you this video, we'll go ahead and we'll take some comments as to what you guys think. So I'm going to hit play. I'm not sure if it's loud enough. I want you guys to tell me if you can hear it.
All right, let's get back to the Dolphins and the Texans playing Houston. Tua making his first preseason appearance.
I'm gonna tell you what he wasn't doing. He wasn't in the gym. I bet you that.
Come on,
he
wasn't with me.
He might have spent a lot of time at the tattoo parlor. He was not at the dinner table eating what the nutritionist had advised.
Oh my God.
He looks happy.
Okay.
He is thick.
He's thick.
Thick. He's built like Girl work at Onyx in Atlanta right now on the bottom.
Come on now.
Get to the show.
Am I allowed to ask you how he looked on Saturday after the interception?
All right, so people went completely nuts about that today. Ryan Clark basically said that Tua looks fat, and he compared Tua to the buttocks of some stripper at a club in Atlanta, and that's all it took for the nuts to go crazy. How dare you talk about Tua? Well, he's not the only one. If you notice, Marcus Spears and Dan Orlovsky were just dying out there as well. People have been thinking that. And what I said earlier in a video that I made, I said, in addition to playing football, I was a competitive power lifter. I'm not going to give you the stats, really good numbers. Chemically induced in some part, but there's a difference between gaining weight and putting on muscle. There were some people in the comments earlier telling me that, he put on 30 pounds of muscle. It doesn't work that way. I'm telling you right now, unless you're a competitive bodybuilder or a competitive powerlifter, you are not going to put on 30 pounds of muscle in a little over 7 months. Ain't gonna happen. Not even possible. When I saw the comments, I was laughing. I was like, these people really don't know anything about lifting weights. They don't know anything about anything regarding what bodybuilding or strength building is. You are not going to build 30 pounds of muscle in 6 or 7 months and then still look the way Tua looks. It's just not going to happen. So these guys said something on national TV. Maybe Ryan shouldn't have said it that way. Maybe he shouldn't have come out and said it, but people are thinking it. And if you saw the game, some people were wondering, is he going to be able to stay 17 weeks? Now, we saw the first play of the game. First play of the game had nothing to do with his body type. Nothing had to do with his body type. Terrible first play. Then he bounced back with a long drive of 90-plus yards for a touchdown. Passes looked tight and looked like he was doing everything. But nonetheless, is Tua going to be able to go through the entire season at the weight he is right now? I have no idea. People are saying, hey, he's Samoan. He's of Samoan culture. They carry their weight. Yeah, the tackles, the guards, the defensive linemen, the fullbacks. Not your quarterback. You don't want your quarterback looking like a defensive tackle. So if NFL players are thinking it and NFL players are laughing at it, it doesn't mean they're haters. Doesn't mean that they're haters, that they hate Tua. In fact, what he said right there, he goes, all jokes aside, Tua did fantastic on that second drive. Not sure why he threw out the barb to begin with, but he came back and critiqued his play and said he played very well. But obviously, people are thinking about it. So I'm going to pause there and begin taking some comments and let me know what you guys think. Brett Dodger says, why would... Okay, hold on. Is it working? Send it over. Okay, there we go. Why would anyone listen to talking heads on any national network need at all to defend Tua? You don't have to defend Tua, but you can't freak out because of what people say. Now you're saying, why would anyone listen to talking heads on any national network? Well, other than die-hard fanboy type people, these networks get views. They obviously get views. So what they say does carry some influence, because I can guarantee you right now, I love your comment. I guarantee you right now, this Saturday, when they play the game against the Jacksonville Jaguars, they haven't announced if he's played yet. But what do you think is going to happen this weekend? Every eyeball comes on when they play the game is going to be looking at Tua. Going to be looking at Tua. Hey, was Ryan right? Let's check out what Tua looks like. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. King Bourbonite says, Barry, I just jumped on, but you see the last EAT projections showing the Finns in the playoffs. Why wouldn't they be in the playoffs? No, I didn't see it, but why wouldn't they be in the playoffs? You're going to have the asterisk if Tua stays healthy, because I'm going to show you a video in a little bit with Mike Florio and Phil Simms, who actually said Tua looked good. They actually said Tua looked in decent shape, but again, it's all with the asterisk in case he can stay. William V says, I think the weight gain is good for Tua. We're going to know really quick. When you line up against these defensive players of these other teams, and we got the Bosa boy coming in, we got Micah Parsons, you got Chris Jones, we got all these edge rushers. Von, what's his name? From Buffalo. Von is going to be back. All these guys are going to be back. These guys all run like deer and hit like Mack trucks. You're going to find out if he can get away from them. You're going to find out real soon. So we'll see for sure. Larry Shade. Larry, what's up, brother? Larry said, if you see Tua is learning how to check down when it's not there, I think it's starting to sink in. Yep, he did that on that one drive. Gonna have to see that throughout the season. Check down. These guys are blazing fast. Make the linebackers cover these halfbacks. Absolutely. Cap for Life, what are you doing, brother? Cap for Life says, wow, that was disrespectful with a capital D, Barry. ESPN gets away with a lot nowadays. Yeah, I cannot believe he said that. Now, understand the part with the stripper at Onyx, I put that in. I put that in. That didn't get broadcast on ESPN. But I knew people wouldn't know what he meant when he said Onyx in Atlanta and the big bottom girls at Onyx. They're known for that. So I just wanted to make sure you understood that ESPN did not show the strip club. That was me inserting it there. Let's see, Triton Gam. Maybe if we invested in an offensive line, he wouldn't have to try and escape the pocket every single play. Now we got everybody in a fervor, running to try and get Jonathan Taylor. They can't wait to spend money on every place except the offensive line. Everywhere except the offensive line. They just feel they're going to do some patchwork, and this guy will plug in, and he'll play here, and this guy will play there. And if something gets hurt, we'll move this guy around. I don't know. We're gonna see for sure. Magic City for sure. Sharon, how are you? Sharon, wait, that's not Sharon. Where's Sharon? Sharon says, I guess I am a happy person because I don't take all this shit seriously. Seems like Tua can't do anything right no matter what it is. I think you were gonna say. Why would you take it seriously? That's the whole point. You're winner, chicken dinner. Why are people freaking out? Imagine this. I just talked to you about a 14-year-old boy who was found dead in Maui holding his dog. That's real life. This is entertainment. This is watching gladiators in the Coliseum. Who cares? What you just said there is exactly right. Watch the game. Root for your team. Win or lose, guess what? You're going to have dinner that night. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't affect your life whatsoever. These people that freak out because every single thing somebody says about Tua is like, oh my God, he can't say that about the left arm of God. It's insane. Enjoy life. It doesn't change your life. People who used to watch Tua are no longer here if they lived in Maui. They're gone. That's real life. Forget this crap. This is just fun. Let's see what here. I'm trying to find something else here. Wow, they come in too fast. Okay, Demetrius, you're absolutely right. I'm gonna have to read this. All they were doing was clowning a fellow athlete the way all athletes do. Absolutely. There was nothing hurtful about what they said. I do think there's a little bit of hyperbole in play, but I thought it was hilarious. Exactly. It was fun. It was comic relief. It was a little interjection. I can already tell some of the people in here aren't the same people you see on Twitter. I mean, they literally lost their minds when they saw that. So anyway, it was funny. It was hyperbole. If you guys have never been in the locker room, this is the same stuff you would hear if you were in high school, college, or the pros, and these guys know it. You rib the other guys on your team. You say stuff to them, and it's basically, hey, get over it. So, all right, so I mentioned to you that I was going to give away 2 gift certificates. We're going to give away one right now. So I'm looking in the comments so I can see the first one who answers. And it's going to be a $25 gift certificate to Buffalo Wild Wings. All right? And I know people are going to try to get to Google and look it up, but it's about Tua. So I'm going to check the first comment. You guys can see who the first comment is that comes in. Ready? What high school did Tua go to? Tick tock, tickety tock, tickety tock. What high school did Tua go to? I'm still waiting. Yeah, I'm still waiting. Maybe people are trying to Google it. I might have to change up because once it goes past like 30 seconds, it tells me people are trying to Google it. Demetrius says Hawaii. All right, so that one was a little bit too hard, obviously, because okay, there it is. I can't say your name, but you said it. If I got figures, you get it. You must be over there. But we do have a winner. Where'd he go? People were like Hawaii, a high school in Hawaii. Nope, this was the name of the high school Tua went to. St. Louis High School in Hawaii, I guess I want to say it right, Iwa Beach, Hawaii, but that's the school. So that's how it's going to happen. I'm going to say something. I'm going to look for you guys to give me the answer. I can't believe you guys all got stumped on this. Oh, I see one other person got the right name. Damn, I do this. All right, so I'm going to try and say your name right. Fagata. What I want you to do is to send me an email with your information, and I'll get the card out to you. It gets transferred by email. So make sure you just look at the bottom of this post or any of my posts, and you'll see my email in there. Or look at my YouTube profile, and you can see an email to go ahead and send me an email. Send me an email, and I'll get that card out to you. You just got a gift certificate to Buffalo Wild Wings. Enjoy. I hope there's one near you so you don't have to travel too far, but that's all it's going to take. Another one coming up before we leave here today, so be ready. And they're going to be trivial like that. You guys are going to have to know it or start looking up some Tua stuff right now, because I can tell you what the next one is, but you'll probably be too quick to get to it. It's not going to be hard, but whatever. You'll see. All right, so the next video I have for you guys, let me see what it is here. All right, this is Chris Sims. Hold on. Come on, Chris. Chris Sims and Mike Florio, and they're talking about Tua this year.
He bounced back all right.
He looked great. And also, like, all jokes aside,
Tua Tagovailoa, the Dolphins quarterback who was back on the field for the first time this year. First time since we saw him Christmas Day. Yeah. Remember, we found out the next day he was in concussion protocol again. We didn't see him for the rest of the year. He wasn't cleared until after the Pro Bowl games, which he would have qualified for. He plays 2 drives, 5 for 7, 61 yards, and an interception. And what a difference. First drive, first throw, most accurate quarterback in the NFL, according to Tyreek Hill, throws the ball right to a Texans defender.
And I'm telling you, if he hadn't come back on that second drive, you think Ryan Clark making fun of Tua's weight was bad? You know these guys would have completely shredded him. I think everybody in that game, watching that game, is when it happened, everybody was like, oh no, you can't start this way. And then when he came back out and they nearly had a safety, people were like, oh boy, please tell me this isn't happening. And then he came back. He bounced back. And that's been happening throughout practice. He'll throw a couple interceptions in practice, and then he'll bomb out. Even today, he threw an interception. He was looking for Braxton Berrios. Deshaun Elliott picked him off. Then he came back and tossed a couple good ones to Tyreek. So it's a habit. It's just practice. We're talking about practice. So let's see what happens.
And then the next drive, after they get the ball back, after they stop, look at that, right to him.
And they're talking about it on screen, but they obviously can't show the NFL footage because of copyright protection.
3 Texans there.
I don't know.
What's he doing?
I don't know. He got
What was that?
He got over aggressive. I think he saw the guy screaming up the field, untouched, unchecked, right? And he thought, wait, I could get this ball to this guy before he gets to the next level.
No, a lot of people said, hey, Tua's run this play 100 times before. He knew what to expect. But what he didn't expect was number 45. If you watch that play, he didn't expect that defensive end to come unabated to the quarterback and just about tear his head off. And so he had to get rid of it. And so did he, as people said, did he telegraph it? Yeah, but he didn't have a chance. He just had to throw it. Nobody blocked the guy. If it was an option read and they were supposed to let him go, then he should have known that as well.
But then there was the safety there. I don't think the ball came out of his hand right. Hey, again, it's what we talked about last week. Even for Tua, you got to get out there and play and feel the speed of the game. And
Absolutely. The rust. You got to knock the rust off. So he got the rust knocked off right away. First play of the game, he got the dust and rust knocked off.
corrected quickly, and they were a machine on the next drive.
Oh, very quickly, because they stopped the Texans, got the ball back around their 5, and then it was slice and dice all the way down the field.
Yep.
It was night and day difference from that first play to the second drive, and it ultimately ended with a touchdown, and that was it for Tua on week 2 of the preseason.
And you know these guys would have roasted him if he didn't come back.
They have a feel of, like, with how smart McDaniel is and how talented their football team is, and Tua in a comfort zone, and like we've talked about before, a wheeler and a dealer, a point guard, whatever else. You kind of feel like when they get in a groove or get a first down, you're like, I don't think you're going to be able to stop them.
There they go.
Right? Like, it's like you're just like, they got.
Can you believe these guys are so endorsing of Tua after what you remembered happened back in February, that they're now building him up? You know, hey, listen, he's a point guard out there. He's Allen Iverson. He's getting the ball. He's dishing it. And once you have a couple first downs, you're not going to be able to stop him. They're building Tua up to a standard that I think they hope he can't meet.
Got too many good players. The offense is too well orchestrated that they're just going to kind of execute their way down the field. And yeah, it might not be sexy bombs or anything like that, but it's 4 yards to the running back, and he's super fast, so now it's 10 yards. And then it's a short pass to Tyreek, and he's super fast, and it's a 15-yard gain. And then
notice what they're saying here. They're saying it's not Tua. They're saying that because of A-Chain and Mostert and Tyreek and Waddle, who wasn't even on the field against the Texans, that Tua only has to throw a 4 or 5 yard pass to get 50 yards passing. So I'm telling you, they're setting it up to say that Tua is a plug and play quarterback, and that anybody can do what he's doing. I'm telling you, that's what they're doing. He continues here.
You're worried about that, and then he hits the tight end on a 15-yard out, and they just the Dolphins are legit. I think we both know that. As long as he stays healthy with that talent, and Mike McDaniel staying ahead of the curve of people catching up to him, I have a hard time thinking.
Notice him looking down. That tells me these guys are looking at notes. They haven't really gone through a whole lot. They're looking at notes, and they're saying what they want to say right now. God forbid things turn around.
They won't be in the very, very thick of things when it's all said and done.
14
and they pause to look at their notes some more.
play drive after that one play drive. 5 different receivers got passes from Tua Tagovailoa on that drive. It was his first game in 237 days. Here he is afterward.
Good for Tua.
Talking about.
Good for Tua. So what do you guys think thus far? Are these guys full of crap? Do they really believe that it is good for Tua? Or are they hoping that he breaks down? Let me take a few quick comments here because this is a longer video. Bet if I said Eichenberg sucked, you wouldn't react the same way. Who wouldn't react the same way? I don't believe Eichenberg's playing that well. I don't think anybody thinks Eichenberg is playing that well. All right, Titan Gaming said if you're in the NFL, you're obviously good enough to be there. Maybe not on the team you're on, but definitely good enough. I can agree with that. I can agree with that for sure. Let's see here. No one. It's obvious Tua has bulked up a bit. Of course, he is not all muscle. However, do you think it will help or hinder him this year? Good question. You say bulked up. What the hell does bulked up mean? Bulked up means you gained weight. Period. You didn't put on bulk muscle. It just doesn't work that way. So you're saying, will it help him or hinder him this year? You can answer your own question. If Tua was only at the combine, if he was only a 4'8", 4'9" guy, which is what I ran when I played at 340 pounds, if he was only a 4'8" or 4'9" back then, and you add 25 or 30 pounds, what do you think that 40 time is now? Now, I don't care about his 40 time. I shouldn't say that because no, he's not going to run 40 yards. More like I want to know what his 10-yard split is. I want to know what his 20-yard split is. I want to know what his quickness is. How quick is he going to be able to move? That's what you need to see, because at this point, and what we've seen in the game thus far, he's not going to be looking to scramble or extend plays. Mike McDaniel has already said, we do not want you extending plays. Bunch of coaches don't extend a play. So it's not going to have to be in terms of speed getting away from somebody. It's his quickness. If he has to dodge somebody here or there to get the pass off, that's what we need to see. Has his quickness been impaired? Doesn't have to. No one's expecting Tua to take off on a Josh Allen type run. That's not what we're looking for. What we're going to be looking for is, with this offense and how he has to check down and move, is he going to be able to just get around the pocket with that extra weight? I don't see that being a problem. Personally, I just don't see that being a problem. I don't think he needs to get out of the pocket and try to run, because if he then has to pull that caboose, could be in trouble. Could definitely be in trouble. He looked good when he ran last season, and a couple of times when he ran, but I'm telling you, they don't want him running. That's not what they want Tua doing, and it's not just not something we need to be seeing during the season. King Burberly, let's see, what'd you say? ESPN talking heads are asshats. They've been dogging Tua since he got hurt in college. Every single one of them were on Tua is going to be next Peyton Manning when he played in college. No doubt. Yeah, there's a lot of doubt. I can't tell you, and probably you already know yourself, how many times have you heard people say, if Tua stays healthy, if Tua can do this? It's because it's right on their mind. They're thinking about it more than Tua's thinking about it. There was a point in the game, and I don't know if you know it, not after the interception, after the interception, he was one who actually made the tackle. But there was another play that nobody has talked about, and they zoomed in, and he got up slow. Not sure what happened. Not sure, did he just fall badly? Not the one where everybody said, oh, he did some jiu-jitsu. Not that one. There's another play. I'm going to have to download it, where you can see him shaking his head. And I went, oh my God, not now. Don't do it now. So, not sure what's going to happen. Matthew, how you doing, brother? Matthew, where'd that go? Where the hell did my comments go? Hold on. Looks like I dropped my comment link. My mouse is messing up here. I'll get it back in 1 second, promise. And there it is. All right. Where's Matthew's comment? Okay, Matthew says he needs to play like Marino and stay in the pocket and not take as many hits, get rid of the ball. That's the recipe for Tua's success. Right there. Stay in the pocket, get rid of the ball. Don't care. We can say this from now until December. Stay in the pocket, get rid of the ball. That's all you got to do. You got all these speedsters around you. You got this track team around you. Just stay, man. Just chill. If it's not there, toss it away. We've been saying that over and over. Cleveland Sport. I don't understand this. Okay, we're gonna take a second to talk about this. Okay. Chris Wheeler says Cleveland sports say Kareem Hunt got an offer from the Dolphins. How would you feel right now if you're Raheem Mostert or Jeff Wilson? I mean, basically, the entire fan base was drooling over Dalvin Cook for months. I'm going to have to switch this up because I want to talk about it. The entire fan base was drooling over Dalvin Cook for months. Didn't get him. All right. So we're good. We didn't get Dalvin Cook. All right, we're going to play with the guys we got. Oh, we got a good running back room. And then all of a sudden, Jonathan Taylor makes a little bit of news that he's looking to get traded, and they come running back. Oh, we need to get Jonathan Taylor. We need to get this guy. What the hell is wrong with Raheem Mostert? Everyone, I mean, we saw him. He scored in the Texans game. He rips off long runs. He's got 4.9 yards per carry. He's fast as anything. Is he Jonathan Taylor? No. But he's getting the job done. And I don't understand if this is true. If the Dolphins gave Kareem Hunt an offer, what are they doing? I don't understand. What are they seeing that all of us don't see? They don't want Jeff Wilson. They don't want Gaskin. I don't know. But it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't seem like they're ever going to be satisfied unless they bring in another running back. Why aren't they looking for people to block for these guys? I can't tell you. But now, if that's true, if they're now after Kareem Hunt and bringing in yet another running back, well, obviously somebody's going to have to get bounced. Probably, I don't know, Myles Gaskin might be the odd man out right now, but you only have so many slots. And if you bring in a Kareem Hunt, what are you going to do? I just don't get it. I just feel like poor Raheem Mostert must just feel like a poster child. It's like, wow, man, I'm here busting my ass every day. I know I'm 31. Some of these guys are younger, but geez. George, what's going on, brother? George says, our running backs are just fine. We still need beef up front. Yeah. I don't understand it. I'm not going to understand it. We see the running backs. A-Chain, before he hurt his shoulder, he was doing fine. He caught a pass out there, but burst through with a run. What more do you want? Do you think Kareem Hunt's going to burst through faster? Or are you looking for somebody who can come in and run who doesn't need anyone to block? Is that what you're... Doesn't make any sense to me. Hey, Mark, what's going on? It says, the Dolphins love star power. Doesn't make sense in this situation. Nah, not at all. Doesn't make sense at all. I mean, and I've talked to many, many fans and people, as soon as the shiny object shows up and they start talking about, when Dalvin Cook came in, and there were some really big YouTubers like, oh, it's in the bag. He's coming. He's coming. And I'm like, dude, what? If he was coming, he would have came. Well, the Dolphins just didn't offer him enough. Why? Because they don't need to. So if Kareem Hunt's coming, could be. Okay. Oh, yes, Stuart, you were absolutely right. Stay in the pocket to it. But Marino had a much better offensive line. Yeah, because Shilla knew what the hell he was doing in terms of building an offensive line. He's like, I got a primo QB back here that I want him to be around for a long time. He's got some bad knees, but if I want him to be here, I need to solidify an offensive line. Didn't take a genius. Doesn't take a genius now. Hey, listen, we got Tua back here. We think that this guy can be a franchise quarterback. Let's go ahead and build some horses up front. They said last year. All right, we know Tua had a couple of concussions. He's our franchise quarterback. We took his option. Let's put some horses up front. Nope. Okay. Then what are you telling every fan? What are you telling the other guys on the team? You're telling me that it's not that important, and now you're going to go sign somebody like Kareem Hunt? Wow. CCR says the offensive line is fine. Okay, remember that in a couple months. Remember that. I think Chris Sims wants him to shine because he's been through that too. Yeah, I maybe that's very possible. Let's see what else we got here. Jarvis Landry. I wonder if this is Jarvis Landry actually commenting here. Why would we pick up Jarvis Landry and you got all these guys back there? At this point, we're not even sure who number 3 is going to be. Is it going to be Chosen, Berrios, Eazy-E? A lot of stuff going on in the next couple of weeks. If I got that, you're absolutely right. I think we're good with the running backs that we got. All right, so let's continue with this video because there's some really interesting things that they say here.
Yeah, that's right. Now he's got to stay on the field.
Yep.
Here he is talking about getting back on the field.
It was awesome. You get all the feelings that you normally feel of getting back out there again. Butterflies, anxious to get out there, all these thoughts going through your head. But I thought it felt really good being able to go out there, call plays with the guys, the camaraderie in the huddle. You know, things didn't go our way, adversity hit, and it was cool to see the guys respond.
Yeah, forget the guys. It was cool to see him respond. That could have really, really dented his psyche throwing a pick on the very first play of the game. But he came back out there and he responded, and you gotta salute him for that. Oh, and also you have to salute Mike McDaniel, who said, let's not pay attention to that pick. Let's go ahead and run the offense and give Tua a chance to redeem himself in the way he knows how to redeem himself.
You know, one great moment from Tua as well. He got hit at one point, and you could see him spin toward the ground and incorporate the jiu-jitsu training to avoid.
Okay, so I did a video on this right after the game, I think Monday. The jiu-jitsu stuff is bullshit. Even he said, I do what I do. I'm a football player. And if you haven't seen that video, let me know. I'll send it to you. But he basically came out and said, it is what it is. If I get hurt, I get hurt. I'm going to play football the way I know how to play football. You talking heads and you fans can talk about jiu-jitsu. You can talk all this crap that you want. Tua came out, basically shrugged his shoulders and said, I'm a football player. I'm just going to play football. And I loved when he said that.
Avoid getting thrown back and having his helmet strike the turf. He spun into it, turned around, stopped, head didn't hit. So
no, he didn't. If you break that play down, what you have to look at, and what so many coaches have said and so many players have said, is that was a guy that was coming head on. That guy bust through the line. He was coming at Tua head on. And of course, if you see something coming head on, if you get hit in the head on an accident, you're going to put yourself in a position to get ready. That's not the problem. The problem is when you're getting hit and you don't know it's coming. There's a huge difference there. We all can recoil. We all can tuck when we know we're getting hit. And that's exactly what Tua said. But it's just like some people don't want to even listen. They just want to talk about jiu-jitsu.
We saw a little bit of what that training possibly has done. There were just too many occasions last year where we saw him get shoved to the ground and it was head straight back against it. He seems to have incorporated it. We'll see how it goes in the games that count. That really is the question. Can he stay healthy once the games count? Can you avoid hits, which we never talk about? We talk about how he's going to deal with hits, and I know certain hits.
Let me answer that. No, you can't avoid hits. I know some of you might disagree, but you can't avoid hits. This is tackle football. The other guys on the other team who wear the other colored jersey and other colored helmet, their job is to put you on the ground. Period. Running back, wide receiver, fullback, quarterback. My job isn't to come and pull your flag. My job isn't to two-hand touch you like it is here in preseason. My sole job is to hit you. How do you avoid that? The only way you avoid that is getting rid of the ball. You got 2.2, 2.3 seconds to get rid of the ball. That's it. There's nobody out there going, okay, understand you can't hit Tua because he's going to try and avoid getting hit. Does anyone say that to a running back? Hey, listen, you need to avoid getting hit. My job is to carry this ball and run into where the 300-pound guys are and either overpower them or juke them. But eventually, unless I bust a run for a touchdown, I'm going to get hit. There is no avoiding a hit in football. It's the stupidest comment I have ever heard. People are being paid millions of dollars, and their only objective is to separate your ass from the ball, including quarterbacks. You are not going to tell Micah Parsons, hey, listen, I'm going to try to avoid you. You're not going to avoid him. He runs a 4.5. He weighs 254 pounds. He's going to hit you. You want to avoid getting popped by one of these guys? You got to get rid of the ball. That's it. There is nothing else you can do on the field as a quarterback to avoid getting hit. Even Josh Allen with his phenomenal way of running. Even Patrick Mahomes with his phenomenal way of running and extending a play. They know they may move around, they may have some guys chasing them, but the play ends ultimately with somebody hitting you or you getting or throwing the ball away. So understand that. That's just the craziness every time I hear it. You want to avoid getting hit? Play pickleball. I'm seriously, that's not how this game is designed. Every single play, somebody gets hit.
It's unavoidable, but some are, and you avoid them. But when you do get hit,
notice when they say that, they don't say how.
Are you going to avoid those situations where your head hits the ground? Because we saw that 3 times with him last year. 2 officially were concussions, and 1, anyone with an ounce of common sense knows was a concussion. And that.
I'm not a doctor. I'm pretty sure Mike Florio's not a doctor, but he's not giving up. A lot of people haven't given up. They're saying that the Buffalo hit by Matt Milano was absolutely concussion. And by saying that, you're saying everybody involved lied. You're saying Tua lied, Mike McDaniel lied, the spotters lied, the physicians on the sideline, everybody lied, because what you just said was everybody with a brain knows it was a concussion.
That marred the Dolphin season. If he had been able to play the whole year, who knows how good the Dolphins could have been
exactly
last year.
Right. They'd been scary. Nobody wanted to see the Dolphins come into town with a healthy Tua and that offense and that team and the way that you're right. They could have been a team that had been there in Kansas City playing in the AFC Championship game. Their talent is of that, no doubt. And you're right. Tua looks different, looks more in shape.
See, so Ryan Clark said he looks fat. Chris Sims says he looks more in shape. Okay, so it evens out. People don't need to freak out. People have their own eyes. They can see things how they want. He thinks Tua looks more in shape. Okay, nobody needs to cry and whine. Go on with your life. Have dinner tonight and worry about what happens when they actually play the game.
And explosive. And I think he looks that way even in like his post-game press conference. You see his arms and his shoulders. There's more muscle there than years past. But he just seems very confident and sure of where he wants to go with the football. I mean, other than that first throw, he knew where he wanted to go. He read the coverage right. That throw there was a tight window underneath coverage, almost got it.
Again, they're showing footage, but they can't show it in the video, obviously, for NFL copyright rules.
But yeah, I think the big thing with the Dolphins to continue to watch, we don't have to really evaluate much. It's their O-line, and how does that work out as far as, Teron Armstead's been a little banged up, right?
Yep, he's hurt again, too. They say he may be back. He's shooting to be back on week 1 as well, but doubtful he's going to play 17 games. Extremely doubtful.
At the left tackle position, the right tackle position, they got a first rounder in Austin Jackson from a few years ago who's not really come through yet. So do they come through that group of guys there? If they do, the Dolphins have one of the best rosters in football. We know that, and it's watch out. And just for you and me talking ball, the other thing that's interesting with the Dolphins is the backup quarterback thing.
All right, so this is where they make a turn here. And I've heard a lot of people talking about it this weekend. They're like, wait, man, Skylar Thompson looks pretty good. Skylar Thompson looks like he could compete for QB1, or if Tua, God forbid, goes down, we may be okay.
You and I were texting. I mean, damn, are they trying to run Mike White out of town already? Is Skylar Thompson going to be the backup there in Miami?
Well, White hardly played. He took 4 snaps in all. Thompson had the bulk of the duties after Tua, and he looked great.
He looked really good.
Great. He was dropping dimes.
He was.
I mean, he took him right down the field twice, and that's why I texted you. They don't need Mike White. They got Skylar Thompson. And I know they need a reliable backup. They need a veteran presence. They need somebody who can stay healthy. Mm-hmm. But Thompson helped them give the Bills a run for their money. Now, we saw that.
See, that's what I'm saying. Now they're trying to create this narrative. If Tua stumbles, if he's not dead on the entire season, people are going to start talking. Mark my words, write it down, August 22nd. I said it at 7:52 p.m. is that Skylar talk is going to begin bubbling up. I'm telling you, after what people saw last weekend, I'm not sure if Tua is even playing this weekend. It might be the Mike White show to give him a chance to show what he can do. But people are going to look. And by the first half of the Chargers game, if Tua isn't playing well, you're going to hear the chatter. It's going to be all over social media, and people are going to be talking about Put Skyler in. Put Skyler in. I guarantee you, if the Dolphins for some reason are down 14-0, 21-3 going into the second half, you're going to hear the rumblings. It's not going to take much. If Tua doesn't ball out in the first half of the Chargers game, the talk will begin. I'm just telling you, I see how they're setting it up. I could be completely wrong, but I've heard it all week long. So let me take a few more comments. Absolutely, this is something I should have said earlier. All the money from the Tua fund goes to the Wildfires. Yes, that money goes to the Tua fund is not going to the Red Cross, is not going to some NGO, some organization that's going to mire the people of Maui down in red tape. All of that money, 100%, Tua and his foundation are distributing it to the people in Hawaii. That to me was the main reason why I decided to begin pushing it. Again, let me put that up there in case you guys don't see it. This is the link. Let me get that out the way so you can see it. justgiving.com/page/Tua for Hawaii. That is the Tua Foundation logo. They are running the whole show. They're going to be basically boots on the ground looking to donate that money to people, actual people that they know in Hawaii. So yes, you're absolutely right. All of that goes to people of Maui. We keeping 3 QBs? Yeah, may even keep 4. Don't be surprised if they either if they sign somebody from another team, or if they put Blackman on, the practice squad. They probably will keep 4. You got Mike White, Skylar Thompson, obviously Tua. They may sign somebody and then push Mike White to practice squad. Who knows? But don't be surprised if they don't keep 4. Yes, good for Tua. Absolutely. Life is more than football. Life is more than football. Mark Phillips says he looked good. I got to read this. He looked good against a bunch of future cut players when he played against top line players. Skyler struggled, so don't overreact. Now, understand, there weren't a lot of starters in the game when Skyler was in. So a lot's going to change. I put it this way. I'm kind of excited. I haven't been excited about a football season in a long time, unless it was Notre Dame, but I usually get my heart broke in September. Irish just don't play well. In any event, I'm really excited because, yes, this team can go deep into the playoffs. I'm not going to rely on the if in terms of if Tua stays healthy, because at this point, after everything the Dolphins went through, there should be no if. Let me tell you why. This is on Mike McDaniel and Chris Greer. This is on them specifically. You've assembled all these players. You are in a position to win. Don't tell me you didn't think of who your backup would be should your first guy go down. You got to understand that if your first guy goes down, it doesn't hurt. I understand you built the offense around Tua, but as a head coach in the NFL, and I'm telling you right now, if they don't get to deep in the playoffs, this might be Mike McDaniel's last year. It's definitely going to be Chris Greer's last year if they don't go deep into the playoffs. And they have a head coach in waiting. I don't know if you saw the interview today with Vic Fangio, but he said something in that interview that just made my head snap. Vic Fangio said, it was his birthday today. Hey, how you doing? I'm 65. I can outwork all these young guys. I was like, oh, there's a statement. You can outwork all these young guys. Don't think that Ross wouldn't probably just keep Fangio. I don't know. But this year, to me, you have no excuses. You went through what you went through last year. Your quarterback got concussions. You didn't do shit in the offseason to change or get another backup, Mike White's second or third string. You didn't do anything. You felt, hey, we're going to push all in. We're going to win with this roster. So you better be ready. That's all I can say. Los Angeles Chargers coming up first week of the season. They're going to be ready. You have to be ready. Now, understand, and I guess the long comment that I'm making here is people talking about they're playing against second and third teams. The other thing they're doing is that they're not showing all of their cards yet. There's no way Mike McDaniel, he understands everybody's watching this game. All of us YouTubers get the all 22. We can look at the plays. Every coach and defensive coordinator in the league can look at the all 22s. He's not showing his cards yet. Can't. During the closed practice, I'm sure they're doing some things that they're not showing in open practices. Same thing with the defense. I'm positive Vic Fangio and all the different things he's doing and the mix he's putting together, they're not showing everything yet. So understand what you're seeing, and you're seeing things happen against second and third teams in some of these preseason games, and you see, people like Skylar doing well. They're just putting on a show. This is just entertainment. Trying to get some work in. Get a lather. Get your sweat up. Take a look, get a hit, get the cobwebs knocked off, but you're not seeing the installation of the entire offense. Just keep that in mind, especially this weekend. They are really, what? Idiots are already talking already. Yeah, they always do. What we got here? First, Wilkins, best comment up here. Wilkins first, then O-line upgrade with Pro Bowlers. But if they're looking at signing Jonathan Taylor, I forget who said it. One of the beat writers said, if you sign Jonathan Taylor and you don't re-sign Christian Wilkins, the fan base should just riot. People just cancel tickets. All right, so before I wrap up, I'm at 59 minutes and 30 seconds. Let me give away this other Buffalo Wild Wings $25 gift card. Everybody ready? You're gonna have to answer this one really quick because it's so damn easy. A bunch of people are going to get it. So this is just a matter of who's listening and how fast you can type the answer. That's how bad I want to give this away. You ready? What number did Tua wear at Alabama? Tick tock. I should have the Jeopardy theme song. Tick tock. That's an easy one, people. What number did Tua wear at Alabama? Are you kidding me? People are having to look this up. Nobody just jumped in with the answer. I'm cracking up here. It's still not so. People still aren't. There we go. First one. All right. Oh, wow, that took longer than expected. Kenna Rankin. Where are you, Kenna? Where'd you go? Okay, down here. Kenna Rankin was the first one. Kenna, go to my bio or any one of our video pages. You'll see my email. Send me an email with your contact information, and I will get you out a $25 gift card to Buffalo Wild Wings. I cannot believe that took so. What I can't really believe is some people got it wrong. Oh my God, some of you guys got it wrong. How could you not know Tua's number? Well, guys, it's been, I have a lot of fun, and this is what we're going to do Sunday. So watch the game with me. I don't know what other guys are doing. I know they get on, they beg for likes, and they beg for money. I'm giving you stuff. In Sunday's game, at the end of every quarter, we're going to give away a gift certificate or gift card to someplace. Every quarter, we're giving that away. So come on back, enjoy yourselves. We're going to talk all kinds of stuff in addition to watching the football game. I don't sit here and just basically look at plays and call stuff like that. I engage you, and I want you to engage with me, and I hope you like the opportunity to engage with each other as well. And just be nice, man. Be nice. As you can hopefully see, I'm not a bad guy. I'm opinionated. I'll tell you what I think. But I want all of us to have fun, enjoy life. As we found out in Maui, life is too damn short. Life is too damn short to even worry about a lot of the bullshit, and especially the stuff that goes on Twitter. So as I close, I'm about to hit the end button here, but I just want to put this up again. Again, if you cannot donate, please just go ahead and share that link with as many people as you can so that people understand to help the people with the help that's needed in Maui. I would thank all you guys for appearing here and coming in and engaging on a Tuesday night.